fucking god! That's so big. So that's 60 divines on trade, by the way. That is literally 60 divines. Wow. One field here was 500. Oh! 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 Okay. From 2,500, we got 3,600. Hi, Ziz here. And now that you've seen maybe a little bit of the footage from the harvest and things like that, I wanted to explain to you, well, what this is all about, like what the Sextant thing, what I found. And you've probably maybe haven't seen that much recently of me having that many like almost screamy reactions. The more you've played PoE, the less you react to things, right? But this is a big one. And I said on stream, this is more exciting for me than finding a mirror. And obviously a mirror doesn't have much value on solo self-fun. But what we got yesterday, insane. It's a lot to explain. This is very valuable. This was what we got yesterday. And Steel Mage had messaged me, or we were talking on voice, and he was like, have you seen what people are doing with winged scarabs? And I was like, no, tell me. And he showed me some clips of other people doing it. And I was like, oh, we should try to do that. And he was like, well, it's very rare to get first 3 possessed monsters drop an additional winged scarab. Like a 2% chance on the elevated Sextant that drops from Maven. And I was like, well, if we can't try, if we don't try, we don't get it. So obviously you have these nodes, sorry, Enduring Influence, so that they have one additional use, because you should have that when you're using Sextants. And then the Sextants you roll, you generally want one with a shrine. So let's say you roll one with a shrine, one with any extra monsters, another with any extra monsters, and then you're rolling on the last one. It's not that important, but they're blocking a few things. And then roll on the last one with elevated Sextants. I'll show you all the Sextants I have that I'm using. This is the most important one. This is equally as important. You will need one of these. Your maps contain the Sacred Grove. And then you need Life Force drop by Harvest Monsters is duplicated and contains at least one crop of yellow plants. These 3 are mandatory. The 4th one can be whatever you want. It can be Shaper Guardians, Elder Guardians, Harbinger Shards, Conquerors. So I can sustain this forever. I can literally now permanently run these Sextants. So we craft this on, does not consume Sextant uses, which is 2,500. And well, this 6,128 is what I got from this last map. This one singular map gave me that. And that's the crazy part. So not only am I sustaining and able to run those Sextants forever, so this is huge for us on SSF especially. This is an Elder Guardian per map, or a Shepherd Guardian, or a Conqueror per map. And that's something we normally struggle a little bit to get. Now, this means we can actually farm for Watcher's Eyes and Maven stuff. The way this map ends up being rolled, I rolled it like decently. It's not very rippy. There's not many damage mods. And I have 184% quant and 106 pack size. This is the way my Atlas works. I'm not 100% sure if this is super optimal. But it's very important that you have Seance. These are pretty cool to have because it means you're basically getting 3 winged scarabs every 10 maps. This is nice, but not needed. This is absolutely needed, and this is what makes this work. Winged scarabs instead grant 15% pack size. So what I do to start this is I will put a map in like this. Does not consume Sextants. I roll it to at least above 80 with like 20 plus 25 ideally pack size. And then I do any 3 winged scarabs and a 4th gilded. And these I duplicated on the last map, so they were free. So I just got 3 extra winged Sextants for free that I can now use them whatever I want. Or I could potentially put 1 extra in for the next 3 maps. And yeah, obviously the big thing here is that we're getting a lot of yellow juice. I started with just enough for 1. I had 2,800. And now I have those 3 extra maps plus 11,000. So in like, I don't know, I think I did like 6 hours. I guess I'm up 25,000 yellow juice and getting an Elder map every single map. And I've gone from having very few Elder Guardians to I have now 5 full sets of Elder that I'm going to do tomorrow and hopefully get some Watcher Size. And that's obviously at least 2, maybe 3 Mavens. So this is very exciting. What else? You need all the harvest nodes, except you don't need chance to spawn, but you need all the stuff that juices harvest. So like life force tends to duplicate, contain additional harvest, all that stuff. You also need shaping the valley, because we're doing that for even more pack size. And you need like additional quantity around here, pretty big. And getting even more yellow plots would be good. You also need to have the Shadow Hunger and Rampant Growth, like all the blue altars. And that is very important. I am doing this slightly differently than what people are doing on softcore. And on softcore, a lot of people are doing Mausoleum, and that is because of the blue altars. Because the blue altars, when the boss doesn't exist or has been killed yet, the blue altars will very often offer you a downside, but the upside will be increased quantity. That's how we have so much quantity in this map. Either do Mausoleum, then you don't have to kill the boss first, because the boss is sort of spawning. Same like Graveyard probably works the same. The boss is in like a Vertigo. No, not Vertigo. Limbo. The boss is in Limbo. It hasn't really spawned yet. Grave Troll probably works too. And then you're probably asking, well, what about Mesa? The boss is already there. That is correct. But what I do at the start of the map is I just run past all the monsters, and it's almost at the entrance anyway. So I go kill the boss first. The reason for that is because Mausoleum, with that node, 100% more damage. It's actually pretty scary on hardcore because it's a boss corpse life thing. But yeah, very scared of getting one shot by that. So I'm doing Mausoleum, Mesa instead, and running straight to the boss. You could also do City Square, for example. Now the map I'm doing, Mesa, it doesn't have like good div cards or anything like that. So it's not like I'm doing it because of that. It's just a nice layout. The boss is fairly safe and I can run straight to it. Some other things you could do Hunted Traders. You could do the one with Harbinger Shards. You could do Expedition stuff and Super Juice Expedition. Or maybe Ritual and Super Juice Ritual. So there's a lot of good things you can do here. We've not started experimenting with it more. We maybe will make some videos where I experiment with it. And this isn't even my Sextant. I got it from Steel Mage's Elevated Sextant. So it's ours. Just wanted to make a quick video for you guys explaining what we're doing. So very, very important that I have the does not consume Sextants per use. But yeah, that's what we're farming. I don't think there's anything that I left out. It is very rare from the Elevated. You can get this one, which is cheaper, with additional Gilded Scarab. Now, you can still sustain with this. It is harder, and it would technically be better if you do it on Elder or Shaper Guardian maps. This is more of a softcore thing. I would fucking die doing that because you do choose a lot of bad downsides. And on softcore, you could also do Eldritch Gaze, which means you have 50% increased effective upside. And you'll probably be okay to clear the maps on softcore. And then it's a lot easier to sustain on Gilded. So far, the most I've had has been 6,000 yellow. So that one map paid for 2.5. So just wanted to make a quick video about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and why. And I hope that helps. I might make another video about it later. Thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, more importantly, try to die less than I do.